Hi, welcome to Fayetteville Public Library's After School Workshop. I'm Allison, and I'm so glad you tuned in today because I've got a really neat art project for you. It's very simple, but really with a cute effect, and it's done with Q-tips. I'm sure while you've been outside playing, you've noticed all the beautiful spring colors in the tulips, in the different flowering shrubs, in the different flowering trees, dogwoods. Pink dogwoods are just some of the prettiest trees I think that there are. So lots of beautiful bright colors out there, really cheerful. So this is a way that you can bring those colors onto the page with a really neat technique. You'll just need a sheet of paper. You'll need some paints. You can use tempera paints. I use little tubes of acrylic paint, and I've just got several colors there. You can see what I've chosen. And you'll need Q-tips. That's it. Let me show you some of what I experimented with, and then we'll do one together. These are some flowering shrubs. This is my interpretation of hydrangea bushes. They usually come in about 4 colors. You can have white ones, but a lot of them come in either pink or blue or purple, which is just about my favorite color. And then this one is supposed to be a rose bush, and my absolute favorite, forsythia. These are the bright yellow bushes with the branches that come out like sprays. They kind of look like fireworks coming out of the ground, and that's why they're my favorite. But there you go. See the little dots? Those were done with Q-tips. And you can experiment and see what works best for you. The pages that I looked at on the internet, some of them just used a single Q-tip, and in some of them the kids were bunching them together and using several at once, which is what I tried for this example. I've got some trees there with a bunch of flowers underneath. Isn't that pretty? And for it to be so simple too, but I held 3 or 4 Q-tips together and dipped them in paint, and then I got some of the excess off, and then I just put leaves on the trees and then put some flowers on the forest floor. I'll hold it up close for you. But that is using several Q-tips at a time, and this one just 1 Q-tip at a time. So you can practice and see what works best for you. And you don't have to do just scenes of flowers and blooming shrubs and trees. You can see what other kind of scenes it might work for. Maybe an underwater scene or something like that. So do your own experimentation and see all the different ways that you can use this technique. But let's do one together. I've gone ahead and I just did very simple, easy brush strokes to create a tree and to create a shrub, and we're going to add the blooms and foliage. And I was thinking maybe I would make that an apple tree. Okay, so first of all, let's try putting 3 of the Q-tips together, and we'll make the leaves, all right? So all you're gonna do is just, you can create your own little artist palette by squirting your paint onto a paper plate and just dip your Q-tips into the paint, and you might want to pat it a little bit on your palette or a spare piece of paper to get the excess off. And then you can just put it wherever you like. No real pattern, just kind of where you think you want to fill in the gaps with bunches of leaves. And you can do 2 Q-tips together. You can even put 4 Q-tips together. But that's what's so fun about this, is that you can just try all sorts of different techniques and get really cool results. You see how the leaves are forming? I don't know, the polka dots just make me happy. And it's just so simple. But I just think it has a pretty cool effect. All right, we'll stop there. See how the bunches of leaves? And then I think for the apples, I'll just do 1. So I'm gonna dip my Q-tip, just a single Q-tip in red, and I am going to load that tree with some apples. See how it's looking? How about that? Pretty neat, huh? There we go. More apples. apples? Load that tree up. Pick those apples and make a yummy apple pie. There you go. There's your apple tree. All right, and then for this one, I think I'm going to make another hydrangea bush. I think this time I will make it blue. And so again, hydrangea bushes are known as snowball bushes. They're those really big clusters of petals. And so for this one, again, you can use several Q-tips held together in your hand. Okay, I've got 3 together. Oops, let me get rid of these other off my palette, rolling around. All right, there, and just dip your 3 in. You might want to dab off the excess. And then let's make a hydrangea bush. Just put those clusters of blooms together. See the blue? Just like that. And you can even make the snowballs bigger by doubling up. Instead of just having 3 dots, you can do 6. But see, look, you can just play with it and see all the different kind of effects that you can come up with. I love that. Ah, that's so cool. One more little snowball. Okay. And then you can add some foliage. I'm just going to take a single Q-tip here and just add some dots of green to represent the leaves. And see, I'm just picking spots just wherever I want, just filling in the gaps with some leaves. And once your branches are dry, you can actually overlap and do some of the dots on top of the brown. Give it some layering. There we go. Okay, there's a hydrangea bush. All right. Okay, and then I think we should put some flowers on the ground. And I think for this first layer, I'm just going to use single dots. I've already used red. Let's use orange. Okay, these could be poppies or orange tulips. But you can just put them wherever you like. Okay, so let's fill in some more flowers. Let's do yellow, and I'm going to use a couple of Q-tips. There's the yellow, and just dot them in different places, just wherever you feel like putting them. Really bright picture. I love it. Okay, see how it's coming along? All right, and I have purple left. Haven't used that yet. I think I'll go back to the single Q-tip and fill in. Pretty springtime picture. And you know, you can also look around the house and see what other materials you can use for painting. You can try cotton balls, but it's just a fun way to see all the different kinds of effects that you can have with textures. So when you get into the bathroom cabinet, with Mom and Dad's permission, of course, and see if you've got some Q-tips, look around and see if there are some others materials that you can use. If there are some old toothbrushes that your family's not using anymore, and that's the key, old toothbrushes they're not using anymore, try putting paint on those and seeing what kind of effects you can get with a toothbrush. It's just a really neat way to use stuff that you already have around the house. You don't have to purchase more things or art supplies. Who knows what you can do with what you've already got. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of green on the ground. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Isn't that cute? Yeah, it's really cheerful, I think. All right, well, that's all you have to do to create a really fun polka dot springtime picture. Paper, paint, and Q-tips. I'd love to see your work, so feel free to have your grown-up post a picture of it underneath this video. And thanks for tuning in. I will see you again soon. Bye.